Hello YouTube! So this week we've gone a lot to the workshop where we are just now because I had an issue with my boost. So I had a boost leak and I thought, why not talk to you about it and what are the most common problems that you get on a GR Yaris about boost. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's get up a bit more nice and personal here near the engine bay. And yeah, in the last days or last week I had been experiencing some lower boost that gradually was going down for some reason, and I couldn't wrap my head around it. So I made myself a culture on, even if it wasn't enough about this car, on the boost system of the GR Yaris, and I also had the support of Acme Racing and Suava Sport that helped me. Thank you to both companies. And basically I saw all the diagram of the system, and I get to know all the known failures and issues that come around and are most frequently seen on the GR Yaris. So first of all, most of you that have our intake system or other intake systems have already been fiddling around with the depression circuit. And this is the one that you see on this side of the engine, where you usually either do not remove the solenoid from the flappy on the OEM airbox, or you do and you just block it with a plug or folding one of the depression hoses on themselves. So this is part of actually the depression circuit that commands various actuators, and the most important of all is of course this one up here that commands the circuit itself and goes to the wastegate. Goes to the wastegate on one side and to the airbox on the other side, and to the acquisition of depression through the engine on the other side too. So this unit is well known to fail, especially on cars that are used very hard and that get to see a lot of temperature and heat. So I've known, for example, already a number of cases in the UK and another number around in Europe. Nothing preoccupying, it's not something you have to get scared about. The sensor itself is something that can be changed on your own in 5 minutes. It's just one screw here, one bolt here, one connector, and the two hoses coming into it. So this costs, I saw that it costs less than 200 euro. And this, if you are going from full boost to basically almost no boost, this is the reason. But before spending your hard-earned cash, I advise you to check all the plumbing of the tubes, because it's difficult, but it's possible that the hoses themselves, that are quite small, can be displaced and pinched and therefore can lose some air. And this is actually something similar to what happened to us, because on our car, what happened is we were testing ways of blocking off the circuit from, let's say, the elimination of the flap on the OEM airbox. So at a certain point, what we did is we installed, instead of a three-way T, we just installed an L that eliminated completely the need of this third, the need and opening for the third hose going towards the airbox. And this was, you know, like evaluating what to send you customers and how to give you the best service. And what happened is that the quality of the part we bought that was supposed to be automotive grade quality wasn't. And we went crazy for days looking for the boost leak. I mean, we took everything out, we stripped the car, we compression test the cylinders, we saw the turbo on both sides. We did all kinds of tests on the hardware of the engine and on the electronics, and nothing was coming up. Nothing at all, no errors, nothing. Because there was a small leak in this little plastic piece, and it was almost, the way it was pinched and broken, it was almost barely seeable by eye. And in the end, what we did is we pressurized the tubes from the side of the actuator. That is something that maybe I would do for first, now that I know, and we found the boost leak. So common issues on this car are basically the boost wastegate actuation solenoid. Other issues usually are not known. And by the way, to a difference, for example, of other very tunable engines we've always been having and seeing here in Europe, that, for example, the Volkswagen 2000 E888, where the MAF sensor was quite delicate, I have not heard of MAF sensors breaking on this car. So another point in relation to the engine breakdowns I wanted to make is that while I'm still quite nervous about it, and I will forge the engine, probably I will exchange it for a forged engine, what I have to say is that the car now has 45,000 kilometers. It's very, very well looked after, and in the end, it does not have any problem. I mean, just yesterday, we tested the compression on the 3 cylinders, and it's just spot on as if it came out of Toyota yesterday. And we are running over 380 horsepower on this car. So in the end, at least on my car, very well done. And I hope I've not scared off too many buyers from the GR community, because it is a great car. Mine is a Gen 1, and so I've got the weaker engine, but it's holding on just fine. And yes, I do use 5W30 oil, and yes, I do change it a lot, and this is this. So I hope this can help you out a bit if you are experiencing boost leaks, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers now.